Pit's weekend movie review. As everyone knows, today is Friday the 13th, so there's no doubt that you all know which movie I'm going to be reviewing today. I had a chance to see this movie last night for the midnight screening. Surprised with the amount of people that actually showed up to see it. And with that, let's just get right into it. The movie centers around a group of friends that go up to one of their friends' cabins for the weekend, and they meet the character of Clay, who's up and around the Camp Crystal Lake looking for his missing sister that has been missing for about a month and a half. And actually, that's about the point of the story, and that's just throw Jason in there whenever you can. The first time I heard about this movie, I was a little bit uneasy about it, even before I saw the trailer. I just wasn't really one of the supporters of the movie. Then when I saw the trailer for the flick, it really didn't help me in that way, because I still didn't feel that like a Friday the 13th movie. And then last night with watching this movie, if I'm wrong about my initial feelings, I'll be the first one to come out and say it. But this movie was a piece of shit. I did not enjoy it. There was too much humor in the movie, which is not normal for a Friday the 13th film. Granted, there was humor in Freddy vs. Jason, but that was actually written, in my opinion, more as a Freddy film. The storyline sucked ass, and it's the best way I can put it. And the acting was horrendous. And then you have Jason, who more or less is running around the woods, and not only does he haunt the surrounding areas of Camp Crystal Lake, this film he actually resides in Camp Crystal Lake. And that lost me, because I'm a huge fan of the original franchise. Put it the best way I can was something my brother said last night when we got back. They turned Jason into a redneck hobo in this movie. He's got a fucking house that he owns. He's fucking tunneled underground, where he's got tunnels leading all sorts of places. Something like you'd see in like the Hills Have Eyes films. And then you have Jason runs in this movie. Granted, in the original series, you had Jason who ran somewhat in 2, 3, in parts of 4. But to me, I always liked the slow, methodical Jason. Thought he was more suspenseful, because he didn't have to go anywhere, didn't have to chase after you to get you. He could walk and Jason's going to be in front of you at some point. In this movie, he just kind of bounces from place to place, and you see him running, throwing shit at people. And talking about throwing shit at people, the kills in this movie were fucking unoriginal. I've seen the majority of them done in every other Friday the 13th film. And that was the one thing I was hoping I'd see different with how everyone said this movie's just going to be brutal as hell. The movie's not brutal. It's a typical new-gen slasher film that has no originality at all. Like I said, all the kills have been done before. Kills are on screen for a minimal amount of time. There is some blood, but not over the top, in my opinion. As much as I'd love this review to go on, there's not a whole hell of a lot more I can say on this film, because I have no good feelings toward this film at all. Granted, when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, I may pick it up just to say that I own every Friday the 13th film, but it'll be just for that. This movie is terrible. In reviews it gets over the weekend, even the bad is well deserved. I think Sean S. Cunningham should not be happy with the final product of this movie. And anyone that says otherwise, this movie was just a moneymaker to cut in on the fame that the original Friday the 13th films have gained itself. I think they should completely scrap this series and go back to making sequels to the original franchise. Because that way everyone expects at least a few of the new sequels to come out to suck. Because you have fucking New Beginning, where it's not even fucking Jason that's doing anything. But it was still a good movie because it held to the rules of the original franchise, minus there being Jason. Jason X, they fucking blow him off into outer space. Movie was terrible, but at least it didn't have to live up to anything. This movie was a remake, had to live up to something, and it failed miserably. So in my opinion, if you're looking for over the weekend or even today to see a good Friday the 13th film, go to your local video store if you don't have it, pick up the original 3 movies and watch those. It'll be a lot more enjoyable than sitting through this movie and save yourself $9. So in closing, the movie's terrible. There's only 3 things I can say that I actually enjoyed about the movie. 1, the cinematography looked good. The look of the film was there, and that's about it. The score was alright, except for the stings where they have a few too many jump scares, in my opinion. And then the third and last thing I enjoyed was that the movie actually ended. I think it went on about an hour and 40 minutes too long, but that's it. And the other thing that was actually the only good thing about seeing this movie in the theater is we got a chance to see one of the first trailers for the new Last House on the Left remake, which actually looks like it could be pretty good. But all in all, I have to fail this movie and give it 2 out of 5 because it was just not enjoyable at all. If you guys like it, knock yourself out. But as a Friday the 13th fan, I thought this movie was a slap in the face, and I will not go and see this movie again in the theater anytime soon or at all. So, in closing, thank you again for watching, and this is the start of a new schedule I'm hoping to do in the next couple weeks, where I'm going to have 3 different reviews a week, starting on Monday with a Blu-ray DVD review, then on Wednesday counting the must-see new movies on DVD and Blu-ray for that week. Then hopefully on Friday I'll have the weekend movie review as a weekly thing. And so I hope you enjoyed. Check back for those new updates. And see you all next time.